Hi, good morning. It's Marketing Monday. We're ready to get our week started off marketing and promoting our mediation and arbitration practices. And today we're going to talk about customer service and why it matters so much in our industry. So I've got my coffee. Today is a peppermint mocha coffee because, I'm in the United States and we have those choices. So it's nice to be with you though. Thanks so much for watching. So I recently went to the American Bar Association Section for Dispute Resolution conference in Las Vegas. Got home day before yesterday. Great conference. Kudos to the organizers who put it together. But it highlighted for me some things that, not that the ABA did wrong, but that the venue didn't quite get right. And I'll be honest and tell you, I'm a little bit salty about it even now. This is 2 days later, and it's still weighing on my mind. And I want to cover this topic with you because it is important. So, the venue for the ABA conference, great venue, world renowned, but I was disappointed in the customer service in so much as there was none. So, bellhops, just not a thing. Room service, just not a thing. This is a world-class resort. Everything is miles away. And I know that the casinos do that on purpose so that you have to walk through the casino space so that you gamble more, etc. I understand the psychology of it all, but it makes it a little bit more frustrating. The other things were, I arrived at noon, check-in was at 3. So I went to the front desk and said, is there a room available? Can I check in early? Sure, no problem. Check me in, go to the room, go to the conference, lovely people. And funnily enough, throughout the conference, almost everyone that I chatted with said, "Hi, so nice to meet you. Lovely, great conversations, etc. By the way, don't open your mini fridge." This is a really strange thing that is a priority statement amongst colleagues at sort of an international conference. Well, it turns out that if you open the refrigerator, if you break that seal and you change the weight, so apparently there's some sort of weight or balance technology in these refrigerators. So if you, for example, a client of mine added some fruit to the refrigerator, that changed the weight distribution in the refrigerator shelves. Or if you take anything out, of course, if you consume something, you should have to pay for it. But apparently, if you break that seal and you add anything or subtract anything, you're going to be charged for it. And at this particular resort, as an example, it was horrifically expensive. So I went downstairs to the little convenience store, 2 bottles of water, 1 soda, 1 bag of chips, and 1 bag of chip dip, $48. Okay, resort prices, you move on. But that's really expensive. So back to the refrigerator, back to all of these things. That was the number one first point that everyone made at the conference. "Hi, so nice to meet you. Don't open your mini fridge." It's $75 if you crack that seal. It's $75 charge for, I suppose, an appliance fee or an electrics fee or whatever. I don't understand exactly. The conference is great. We say goodbye to some people, even, a little bit tearfully. It was a lovely experience. So you go down to the front desk, and at the front desk, as I'm checking out, they charged me a $60 early check-in fee. That wasn't mentioned when I checked in early. And then they charged me $52 per night as a resort fee. And when I asked, they said, "Well, you booked your room through a third party. They charged you their fee. This is our fee." So after 3 nights, you get the equivalent of another night's stay. Again, none of this was mentioned. Now, I suppose if I had taken the effort to log on to the hotel's website and gone through all of their policies and procedures, like none of us do, I would have found somewhere in the small print all of these extra charges. But this is not a good surprise. This is not how a client, a customer, should have left a resort feeling. I felt taken advantage of. I felt like there was some degree of business betrayal between myself and the resort. So as mediators and arbitrators, we never want our clients to feel that way. We don't want them to feel as though we're not important. We don't want them to feel as though they are not the priority. So in our dealings with our clients to mediation and arbitration, remember that this is a service industry and customer service is key. So as you are looking at your practice, think about your forms. Think about every point of interaction that clients and potential clients have with you in your practice. Are you easy to reach by phone? If you're busy in mediation and there's no one answering your phone, that might be an issue. At the resort, if you're in your room and you dial 0 to get the front desk, you're sent to a call center. And so, whatever your concern or question is, their instructions almost right down the line where you need to go to the physical front desk, which meant you go down to your tower's casino floor. You walk half a mile to the front desk. You stand online in the Disneyland queue to get to the physical front desk to maybe get someone to help you, maybe not. We don't want to have that. We want there to be a point of contact for all of our clients and the parties. So make sure that you've got someone answering your phones. If you don't, you need to call Nikki Safavi at Case Manager Services Inc. Give her a call. Again, I don't own any part of that company. I don't get anything if you sign up with her, but she will answer your phone. She'll convene those cases so that while you're busy, otherwise mediating, she'll take those calls and she'll convene those cases for you. Customer service is absolutely imperative. In your forms, are your forms clear? Are they brief? Do you make all of those lists? Have you thought about the psychographic preferences of your clients and the parties? Some of us have a mindset where we want all of the line items listed out. We want to know every charge. We want to know everything. How much for photocopies? How much for the notary? How much for court filing fees? How much, how much, how much? We want a bulleted list. Some of us would prefer to pay you, just tell me it's $5,000 for the day. It's just $5,000. It's all inclusive, $5,000. That's just it. That's your fee. It's $5,000 all in. Whatever the psychographic preferences of you and your clients and the parties are, be sure that you're meeting those. So think about all of those points of interaction. How do you follow up with them? Do you ask them a question? Do you prefer text message? Do you prefer email? Do you prefer phone call? Make sure that your customer service is with the client in mind. It's not always what's easiest for us as the business provider. It should be what's easiest for them. Points of contact, scheduling, picking up a phone, getting an email, all of those kinds of things really need to be at the forefront of all of the things we do. And not just because we are a service industry, which we are. We're not the courts. We're not the default. We can do better and we should do better. But in today's day and age, wherein we all go to the self-checkout at the airport, we tag our own bags, we weigh our own bags, we put our own bags on the belt. We go to the drugstore and we do the self-check, which, by the way, how come that never works for me? I can never self-check. I always have to hit the help button and have somebody come around. I don't know. It's probably just me. But all of those things, make sure that you're really thinking about the client experience. And I promise that if you do better than the other mediators in your same specialty or in your same region, your practice will stand out. And it could be little things, sending a thank you card. It could be little things, picking up the phone as opposed to sending a long, drawn out email. Pick up the phone, just have a conversation. How can you make all of this experience less stressful, more transparent, more client-based, more customer-based, more party-based? So clarity, brevity, and transparency. And they'll love you for it. They will absolutely love you for it. So I've got lots of chats in the email. So let me be sure that I read through those really. Hi, Rick. How is it to be back in Austin? Nice to see you. Oman and Turkey, thanks so much for joining me. Istanbul, what a great city. Oh my goodness. And Elizabeth Hill, oh, you're my hero. It's so nice to see you on here. Good morning, Elizabeth. This is great. And then Paul, hi, Paul. Nice to see you. I'm so glad you could join me. So Paul says this is a good lesson for clients to know our costs up front, cost transparency, give clients reassurance. Absolutely. That is, when clients and parties come to us, if your clients are the attorneys, they're used to dealing with us. But the parties, the people in the room, they don't always understand our processes. This is still a moment of great anxiety and great stress. And our job is to lessen that, not make it more. We don't want to surprise them with extras. We don't want to surprise them. There is a sense, like I said, when I stepped out of the resort, there was a sense of unimportance and a little bit of betrayal in the relationship between the resort and the people who stayed there and paid substantial amounts of money to do it. And we don't want our clients to do that. When our clients and the parties leave our mediation and arbitration rooms, we want them to feel relief. We want them to feel happy. We want them to walk out in the world, and anytime they're talking with someone, they could endorse our industry and say, "Oh, have you tried mediation? Oh, you should call my lady and she'll fix this for you. Oh, you should just call a mediator. Oh, you should just take that to arbitration. It was a lovely experience straight through." That's what we want our clients and our parties to say about our industry. So I'm not going to name the resort, but we can do better. We can absolutely do better. And so I hope that your homework assignment for today and this week is to step back and look at all of those points of touch that you have with your clients and the parties, and make sure that you've got things organized so that it's most communicative, most explanatory, most transparent, and most customer service oriented. It's easy for us to just change those forms. It's easy for us to change those models. On the client's end, this is a really, really big deal. So that is it for me for Marketing Monday. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have the best week. Go get them. You got this. Be good humans. Bye-bye.